TSM down to 3.
Have a lot of information on the site. They still have a lot of time, but the spike is starting to increase in tempo, and that is a glaring sign that TSM need to act. One is defusing. Brave device. Shock Dart's gonna help out in that process, but he's still alive. Still defusing. Bros, don't fake and bro.
Hey everyone, it's Fatman here, and if you want more Valorant, I would definitely ask you to subscribe. And anyway, let's get into the video. Today, we're gonna be looking at the power rankings. That's what basically means is the best 5 Valorant teams in esports. And let's get started off. You know, just before I start this, it doesn't matter if they're EU or NA. It just mixed in together. So you kind of get an example and a feeling when watching First Strike to know which teams have which advantage and which are the underdogs. So on number 5, which definitely surprised me on a huge level, is Cloud9. So one of the most famous pro players in the game right now is TenZ, and he's dominating as Jett. Like he's actually insane. He's always been an insanely skilled FPS player, but oftentimes fell short in professional play. This has yet to happen in Valorant. Like he's actually, you know, if you gave him an operator, if you gave a baby an operator, and he would practice an operator for the next 18 years, you would basically get TenZ and some sort. As the main Jett player, his OP skills have been absolutely key to Cloud9's success in so far in post-launch. Cloud9 has faced tough problems playing against the other squads with dominant OP players. However, TenZ is one of the most few NA players right now that can change the game and beat out opponents' top fraggers. It will be interesting to see if Riot choose to change the meta, nerfing the sniper a bit more, if TenZ and most importantly Cloud9 as a whole stay this high up in the rankings, because they're definitely dominating right now. They were actually number 1 and even beat Envy, which is actually insane, and they beat TSM. It's crazy how good they actually are. Now, number 4, we have GenG. The all-Canadian team comes in 4 at my ranking, while struggling a bit with staying consistent and extremely talented NA field, so they kind of choked. You know, with TSM, they could get a better scoreline. GenG is still one of the teams that can handle TSM at the moment. Ironically enough, when makes GenG able to thrive and get some wins off TSM, and Sentinels does not really help them against teams like Envy and T1. They can slow down the operator play of other teams, but easily get riffled out at times by dominating aimers such as the players on the T1 squad. GenG is in the weird middle ground at the moment, so they can either become really good or they can kind of go on the worst side spectrum on one of the worst tier 1 teams. That's definitely possible, but not dominant enough with their rifle play to consistently beat out lower ranked NA squads. You know, they're just not hitting their shots correctly. They're not dominant enough with their operator play to beat out the top 2 NA teams. That is not good. That's the only thing that's actually getting them away. They, you know, they can use their Vandals and use their Phantoms, but I think this meta shift away from the operator, because we're probably going to be getting that, let's be honest here, just seeing how Jett and operator are still a huge play. We could see a complete turn of events for most teams, but GenG would probably stay around the middle here in the rankings. So that's why it's on the 4th place.
Now the tables have turned.
I'm pushed elbow smoke. I have all CT.
Nice.
We'll
take it.
What's that 13-0, but whatever.
Dude, that 13-0 was
What's
so
that?
close. That's so annoying. Fuck. That would have been legendary.
It's fine. We take it, man. We still crushed them. Like
On the 3rd spot, we have Sentinels. So Sentinels have actually looked amazing, especially in the last event they played in the FaZe Clan Invitational. They looked the top seeded NA team, TSM, to 5 maps, and they ultimately lost. They somehow just lost. However, every other team they come up against made it seem like Sentinels had simply been practicing and playing more than them, and they had been outperforming everyone until TSM. It's like they had been playing Valorant for a year instead of a couple months, and Shazam has looked incredible with the operator, but this is a team where the talent is very much spread through. I do not think that any other team has even had a roster as Sentinels. This allows them to arrange their role and the game out a bit, meaning that they may have more options when it comes to strategies and metas they want to play with, which can only help in an evolving game like Valorant. Valorant is still pretty fresh. These are the teams that are definitely at the top right now. Keeping ahead of the curve, they did in the FaZe Clan, if they did something like in the FaZe Clan Invitational, that would be the key.
All of this utility is from 100 Thieves onto nobody at this point. Ace is happy to sort of wait, and it's going to get that frag onto Asuna, who has been a bit of a pain in the backside so far. TSM. Spike is going to get planted, but it's a 2 versus 3, and both players from 100 Thieves kind of stuck on the site.
Dicey needs to hit some pretty hasty martial shots, and unfortunately for him, there's nothing he can do. He's going to...
Now on the second spot, we have, you guessed it, we have TSM. TSM is simply amazing. It has Wordle, Haste, Drone, Sabrosa, and Cutler. Now the best current NA team is TSM, and it's dominating in fashion. If TSM was super strong in League of Legends, I don't know if it still is, I know it was dominating for a long time. TSM has really been on a run as of late, destroying the Pittsburgh Knights Invitational Series and winning the FaZe Clan Invitational. The team has yet to run into a side where they can get number in a long 3 to 5 game series. Then when the teams do beat them, TSM typically comes back the next time. They play with the counters to their game and come away with a win. So they just play with the counters if they do end up losing something. And the only scary thing about TSM's success is its reliance on the operator, meta, and Wordle. Many tag him currently as the top or one of the top 3 Valorant players at the moment, as they should. However, a lot of his success has to do with how overpowered the sniper currently is. And if the nerf happens, it's not going to be looking well in this game. It will eventually be tweaked, or there will be agents that can, really counter how effective the operator is. They're probably doing that with Sky, for that matter. And something is going to happen now. Like, they're going to be tumbling down in the rankings, as Wordle is not a great rifle if there's a huge nerf going on. But only time will tell, guys. Now we have the #1 spot, and can you guess which one that is?
Damage and size. Scream up to his old tricks though, going aggressive with it. Fades his way out of it, but the shock darts are coming in. They're trying to take him out, and Artis, he's landed.
This is possibly the best EU team and the best team in the world right now. It's G2. G2 is so good. Right now, it's not even close to anyone else. G2 is far by the best in European squads, and I definitely think they will win the first try qualifiers. No team has come close to being able to touch their reign of terror overseas. I can see this very easily translating to the NA scene as well, as the metas are not very different. Like, they can still dominate in the NA. The skill increase is not the level that G2 should be blindsided and not be able to continue playing their game and winning. However, similar to TSM, G2 can often rely heavily on Mixwell, because we have Mixwell, Patitek, Pitt, Ardis, and David P. They're so good. Other players like Wardell, for example, struggle to even make a name for themselves, and it seems like Mixwell could still dominate with a heavy operator nerf. He's just insane. We also know that Mixwell can be a star with a rifle. G2 seems not to be only the most talented in current meta, but the readiest to actually adapt to any changes Riot has thrown at them or will throw in the future. They can easily adapt. They can get the kills, they can get the rifles. I definitely think G2 is one of the stronger teams out there right now. And if you don't believe me, just wait for First Strike. First Strike is coming up soon, and we'll definitely see G2 just dominating. I don't think any other team will come even close to what G2 has at the moment. Anyway, guys, I guess I could make more videos like these on esports. Let me know what you guys think. It would definitely help me a lot. Again, if you subscribed, we're gonna see how these teams perform in G2, and especially after the quarantine ends, how they're gonna perform in real life, or actually, well, not in real life, without online events, actually offline events, aka LAN events. That would be really interesting, because that's gonna happen maybe in 2022. We're gonna see something like that, and I'm super hyped. Anyway, this is Fatman, sign out. Peace, guys.